How many times have you said, "I'll do it tomorrow," but what if tomorrow never comes? This is the story of a man who waited too long, until life taught him that someday is just another word for never. Once upon a time, in a small coastal town where the sea met the mountains, there lived a young man named Daniel Reed. Daniel was 28 years old, intelligent, kind-hearted, and full of big dreams. Ever since his childhood, he had wanted to become an artist. He loved painting sunsets, waves crashing against the rocks, and the faces of people deep in thought. But there was one thing that always held him back: the word tomorrow. Every time an idea came, Daniel said, "I'll start tomorrow." Every time an opportunity arrived, he said, "Maybe later, when I'm ready." And so, days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months quietly became years. Daniel's room was full of half-finished paintings, dusty sketchbooks, and dried paintbrushes. He would stare at them often, feeling guilty but still whispering to himself, "One day, I'll complete them all." His friends often told him, "Daniel, you have so much talent. Why don't you show your work in the city gallery?" He smiled faintly and replied, "I will soon, maybe next month." But that next month never came. One summer afternoon, a famous art curator from the city visited Daniel's town. He came to see local artists and planned to select one to feature in a big exhibition. Daniel's friend Clara ran to him excitedly. "Daniel," she said, "this is your chance. The curator's here. He's looking for fresh talent. Show him your paintings." Daniel's heart raced. His dream was right in front of him. But as always, doubt crept in. He looked at his unfinished canvases and sighed. "They're not perfect yet," he said softly. "I need more time. Maybe next year," so he didn't go. The curator left the town the next morning, and with him went Daniel's chance. For days, Daniel couldn't sleep. He sat by his window at night, listening to the waves, feeling the heavy silence of regret. "If only I had tried," he whispered, "just once." A few days later, while walking along the shore, Daniel saw an old fisherman named Mr. Lawson repairing his boat. Mr. Lawson was known in town for his wisdom and calm nature. Daniel often spoke to him whenever he felt lost. This time, the old man noticed Daniel's tired face. He smiled and said, "Son, your eyes look like someone carrying yesterday on his shoulders." Daniel sat beside him and sighed. "I missed a big opportunity, Mr. Lawson. I wasn't ready." The old man laughed gently. "Ready? My boy, no one is ever ready. Not even the sea is ready for the storm that comes. Yet, it faces it anyway." He picked up a small fishing net, torn at the edges, and began to mend it. "Do you know when I learned fishing?" he asked. Daniel shook his head. "I was 40. Everyone told me I was too old to start something new. But one morning, I looked at myself in the mirror and realized that tomorrow had stolen 20 years of my life. So I walked to the sea and started learning. Right there, right then. It wasn't easy. I failed many times. But every time I went home with empty hands, I reminded myself, at least I went." Then he looked at Daniel with kind but piercing eyes and said, "If you wait for the perfect time, son, you'll wait forever. Perfection comes from doing, not waiting." Those words hit Daniel's heart like a wave. That evening, Daniel went home and looked around his small studio. Dust covered his canvases and cobwebs hung from the corners. His paints had dried. He took a deep breath and said aloud, "No more waiting." He cleaned his brushes, opened a fresh canvas, and began to paint. At first, his hands trembled. His strokes were uneven. But as he continued, something magical happened. He felt alive again. He painted all night. The sound of waves outside mixed with the rhythm of his brush. When morning came, a new sunrise filled his room and his soul. From that day, Daniel made a promise. "I'll paint every single day, no matter how I feel, no matter what." Days turned into weeks. Some days his work was beautiful. Some days it was messy. But Daniel no longer cared about perfection. He cared about progress. He started sharing his paintings on social media. At first, no one noticed. Then one day, a small art blogger shared his work with the caption, "A hidden gem from a coastal town." Suddenly, people began following him. He received messages from strangers saying his art inspired them to start again, to dream again. For the first time in years, Daniel felt proud of himself. Not because he became famous, but because he finally started. Months later, A letter arrived. It was from the same city curator who had visited earlier. He had seen Daniel's paintings online and was deeply moved by them. The letter said, "Your art captures the soul of time itself. It feels alive. I'd like to feature your work in our next exhibition." Daniel's hands trembled as he read it. He couldn't believe it. The same opportunity he had once let go had come back to him, but this time he was ready. The day of the exhibition arrived. The grand hall in the city was filled with lights, music, and art lovers. Daniel's paintings hung proudly on the walls, vibrant, emotional, full of life. People stopped and stared at them for minutes, whispering words of admiration. The curator walked up to Daniel and said, "You have a gift. I'm glad you didn't wait any longer to share it with the world." Tears welled up in Daniel's eyes. He looked around and whispered, "I almost did. I almost let tomorrow steal my dream." At that moment, he realized, success isn't about talent alone. It's about taking action today, even when you're scared, even when you're unsure. Many years passed. Daniel became a well-known artist. He opened a small art school in his town, the same place where he once kept saying, "I'll start tomorrow." He named it Today's Canvas, and on the front wall, he painted a quote, "The future belongs to those who start today." Every morning, his students would read it before they picked up their brushes, and whenever someone hesitated to paint, Daniel would smile and say, "Do it now. Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow's just another word for never." One day, a young boy came to Daniel and asked, "Sir, what made you start painting again after waiting so long?" Daniel smiled, his eyes full of warmth. "Because I realized something, my boy," he said. "Life doesn't wait. Every sunrise is a reminder that time moves forward, with or without us. You can keep saying you'll start tomorrow, but one day you'll wake up and realize tomorrow never came. So whatever your dream is, start today. Even if it's small, even if it's scary. Just start." The boy nodded quietly, holding his brush tighter. Outside the window, the golden evening sunlight touched the sea, calm, endless, and alive. Daniel watched it and whispered to himself, "I'm glad I didn't wait another day." Don't wait for the right time. Create the right time. Don't wait for confidence. Build it by taking the first step. Don't wait for life to be perfect. Act even when it isn't. Because every moment you wait, you lose a moment you could have lived. And the truth is simple. Tomorrow is just an excuse. Today is the only real day you have. If this story touched your heart, remember, life rewards those who take action. Don't wait for the perfect day, because every sunrise is your chance to begin again. Start small, start scared, but start today. Thank you for watching. If you like this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories like this. Until next time, stay strong, stay motivated, and remember, your dream begins the moment you stop waiting.